All right, the buy, hold, sell, risk it. Quick version is back for this week in round 4, and we're going to kick it off with Haumole Olakau'atu at 753. If you are in need of an edge, considering we have Piakura out right now, then Olakau'atu is a great pickup there. Hit a 39 last week, so definitely due for a bounce back. That game was terrible for fantasy without much ball in play. A few missed tackles from him, and under 100 meters gained, which is very, very rare for him. And you do normally see him bounce back with some type of try, and I do think against the Dragons, he could be a guy to do that. So do have a look at Olakau'atu. Kaipis Paul is the other guy in the edge that I'd be looking at here at 549. But just to say this, guys, Piakura may not be a sell. It does depend on your squad. Some people might be selling Cleary, some might go a little bit lower, and maybe Piakura is the sell for you, and you're going to hold Cleary. So either way, you're probably going to need an edge. I'm sitting there with Smithies myself, so and then like Chan, are we sure if he comes back next week? I'm not. Personally, do you want to be playing Salmon there? How's your mids situated? So edge might be a play for you. And Kaipis Paul coming off a 61 in base stats with a couple of offloads, couple of tackle breaks there. Still with some errors. He could be a guy that you look at this week to save a little bit of cash rather than going right up top. Priced at 39, obviously. Break even at 22. If he can score anywhere near the 50 mark, then he's got 150k to make. It's a little bit of a risk considering he's only played a few games here, but now it looks like he's going to get the 80 minutes, so he's a good purchase this week. Jaden Campbell, welcome back to him. 459k, guys. He's a very solid option. We know what he can do. If you followed along in the preseason, you would have seen that he was a very clear buy for us in that, given he averages 44.5 in 80-minute games at fullback. So that's, a bit over 10 points of value. You could definitely wait and watch this week, but up against the Dolphins, expected to be an okay clash. The main issue there is the Titans struggling a lot. So if you do need a wing fullback, he is a good purchase this week. Isaiah Yeo, one of the best captaincy options of the week. With Cleary out, he's definitely a guy that you can target. We know he's going to score 60 to 70. Lock him in as a good option. Kalen Ponga, he's down to 689 now. He started the year at 757, so he's down over 60k at that. And he's someone that is a clear captaincy option as well. I did forget to put him in that last video, but he hasn't gone over 52 yet. So I think he's a very scary captaincy option, given he has a 35 and a 39 with goals and a line break in both those games. So there's every chance that he can get a 50 max in this one. He had his 9 tackle breaks last week and 202 run meters and still only got 52 with that try assist. So there's definitely a worry on that, but this will be one of the cheapest prices you'll get him. If he doesn't happen to play Origin, then he's there for round 13 as well. So a very good purchase coming into this week. Harry Grant at 765. Him and Pap are on the sells list for some people, and I have them clearly on the holds list. There's got to be more issues in your side that you can deal with, and you're going to want Harry Grant next week and Pap as well. Finette Fuyaki, he's the other cheap edge option that you could look at this week at 331. A 40 last week. It was propped up by a try. There will be games where he gets 20 odds or low 30s, and that could stunt him a little bit, but he does have some money to make. How much? I think depends on if he can get attacking stats and he can improve those tackle numbers. But last week you saw so many points scored in this game, and you still had 23 tackles for 3 misses. Isn't great at that, but still a solid buy. Appy, if you need a hooker, Appy is the man this week. We do have Reece Robson as well, I'll speak about in a sec, but Appy should be a great purchase this week. Break even at 23. Played that game with Gastro and still got 74. So if the Tigers can be decent this year, he'll get some goals. He'll get attacking stats. It starts and ends with Appy. Hammer, 593k, dual position. He's done with his buy now. He has Titans and Tigers the next couple of weeks. So if the Dolphins can play fairly well, then he's a guy that should do well. Also, 38 without too much in that first game. He didn't play great. Second game, he picked up 3 tries, a try saver. Only 1 line break in that, so you can look at the 3 tries and say, well, that's a bit low for 3 tries, but there wasn't a lot of attacking stats outside of that. 4 tackle breaks it was, so he's definitely someone that can get close to a 50 average this year. Will it happen? I'm not sure. You can take that punt if you like it. I definitely think he's on the risk it play this week. Tohu Harris, a clear top gun, getting a little bit more expensive at 750. Having started a little bit lower than that, but that 36 slowed him down last week. Break even's 50. He's not a must-have or a super priority, but a great captaincy option this week and a good trade-in when he gets 80 minutes. Nico Hines at 944, the best captaincy option of the week, even though he got 50 last week, but 77 is clearly in his range. And that's, you know, with a line break assist and a field goal, and that's it. We're still 4 missed tackles, so he definitely has upside. He hasn't hit the heights yet, but if you have him or you want to get him, he's a good purchase, but obviously a buy in round 5 is the worry. But if you don't think, you know, if you want him as captain this week and in round 6 as well when Cleary's out, then Hines is the play. Brendan Piakura at 361. Really, really annoying at the moment with his ankle. I do think he's a solid hold. He got a 40 and a 30, got moved around, got a concussion. He's still got a 22 break even. So when he comes back, he'll make money, but you obviously have to wait and hold on, sadly. Teddy, I didn't have him in the captaincy video just because I think up against the Panthers is not the play, but last 3 weeks he's been great. 53 is his lowest. I do expect him to be a really good player for your sides over the next bunch of weeks. Obviously Penrith this week, but without a few of their top guys, I still think the Roosters can do really well, and Teddy is a good buy. Aken, so we got him in there just for the fact that it is likely that he's only going to have a couple more weeks on the side, but we know he scores well. He'll make a bit of money. Edge and centre duel. It's really hard to pass that up, but obviously the amount of time in the team and how many trades we want to be pumping each and every week. Aken's one of those guys that could be good for a few weeks, but then have to trade him out if Connolly gets the spot back. Galvin, the must-have of the week. Just get him in, 333k. Yes, he's gone up a lot, but negative 17, I think the break-even is, so get him in. Carrigan, the best mid-buy of the week if you need him, so 773, good captaincy option as well with Payne Haas out. Max Plass is at 517. It looks like he'll score pretty well. Every time he gets sort of 40 to 50 minutes, he averages a little bit over the 40 mark. He got 53 minutes last week. That was with Ray Stone out. Plath is named to start, Stone on the bench, but expect somewhere between the 43 to the 53 minutes and maybe around the 40-ish score. 40 above that, probably about 5 points of value for Plath. It's a little bit annoying at 517. If he was cheaper, that'd be great. Blaze Talangi, if he keeps his spot in this 6th position after round 6 and the dual position changes, he'll get that half dual, so he'll be center and half dual. Low break even this week, playing at 6. We saw his tackle numbers at 20. They ran in plenty, 3 misses there. A couple of errors, a penalty, so you know, a few of those can improve as well. If you can get a little bit on the kick meter side, that'll be great too. So Blaze, a really solid center purchase if you need him this week. Seb Chris, if you need a wing fullback this week due to Tuapiki and the like, then Seb Chris is a good one at that. Cheaper than Campbell. Raiders look pretty good. He looked good at center. I think he's a solid one to pick up. Under 400k, I think he can average sort of 30 odd pretty comfortably. 40 some games, 30 in others. Jamal Foggs in the halfback position, a great purchase this week. One of the best in that halfback slot if you do want a straight swap. Cleary to another halfback, lock that in. I'm looking at it myself. Dylan Brown, the next option, a little bit cheaper than that of Foggs, and we're just worried about him at the start. So 44, 31, 35, and that's with try assists in each of the games. So he has 4 try assists in 3 games there. Tackle numbers been a little bit lower. He's been missing a few, still having a few errors. Really, the kick meters are going to go up. How much else is going to change? I think he's going to have to score tries and set up a bunch to, you know, and a lot of tackle breaks and the like as well to get, with offloads too, to get up into the sort of mid 50s to 60 bracket that you want him to be paying at this price. So yeah, you could definitely do it, but there's worries on that side as well. Tommy Trbojevic, the best wing fullback purchase if you don't own him. I think he's a sneaky captaincy option against the Dragons as well. Does come up against Penrith the week after, but it's likely that Cleary isn't there, so that obviously helps him and his cause. Terrell May, still a great buy if you don't have him, guys. Break in for 23. I think he gets up into the near the 700k range pretty quickly if he keeps up the 50 average over the next bit. And then see what happens. You'll have games up near 60, games like 48 maybe. But yeah, solid buy as well still. Get with the pack. SJ, solid bring in. I'm seeing about a couple of % of teams grabbing him. Should be able to get close to a sort of 55 to 60 average. He's dropped down a little bit from 872, so definitely a better buy than he was at the beginning. Just had that 26, so do expect him to get back to 60, but you want him with goal kicking as well. Val Holmes, a good buy this week. Obviously, a low break even at 24. This is the best I've seen him play in the centres, to be honest with you. The way he runs a footy, there's a lot going well for him and the Cowboys team that's going well. So Holmes is obviously a big beneficiary of that if they can continue to do well. So he's a good buy. Cam Murray is a hold this week. I wouldn't be buying him just with the knee issue, but holding there is good. Robson at 696 is a terrific buy as well. Main worry with him is that he continues to get some type of attacking stats, a line break, try assist. He has 4 of them, and 3 line break assists. Good tackle numbers, still missing a few, and they continue to dominate. So, if there's a game where he doesn't get any attacking stats, then hopefully he gets his tackle numbers up into that mid-40s again. But solid at that. Averaging 53. He's a little bit underpriced right now, but not too much to go. Hopgood, a clear hold. I wouldn't be going to buy him. I do think he probably has a good week this week. But that's where he's at, a hold. Adam Fanua-Blake is a hold as well. A little bit of an issue he had on the weekend. He should be fine to play. Last 2, we've got Latrell Mitchell, a clear hold as well. I think he'll do well this week. He needs to bounce back along with the Bunnies as well. And then the last one, Isaac Tungo. People will look to him to be a buy. With Cleary being out, I think that hurts him a little bit. I think if you miss the boat these last few weeks, then I think you hold off. If you've got him, you're holding steady. And that's it. That's the buy, hold, risk it, sell. The short version for round 4. Really, guys, focus on trading out those guys that are injured or out longer term, sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Pikura, up to you. Tuapiki probably should go. Keeney should go. Just what depends what you do with Cleary and the like. And here's all the options. You got some cheaper options in there if you just want a straight swap. Keeney's or Viliami for feeders or Jacob Gaggai's, these types of players for a green dot. And work it out from there. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.